Hello everybody, how's it going? It's me, Horror Culture with Rawson here. It's been a while. I know. You guys were worried, so I'm coming back. But I haven't really made any reviews for Goosebumps just because I haven't been reading Goosebump books. And with horror movies and stuff, I have bought some. So if you guys are interested in just a horror movie haul, I will do it because I did get some pretty good ones. And I would like to show them off, but you know what? You guys are here for the review, so let's just get straight into it. Obviously, I'm reviewing The 13th Warning. This is a novella by R.L. Stine. He had a bunch of different novellas, like My Alien Parents, The Adventures of Shrink Man, I think that was what it was called, and just some other ones. But this, I actually have read My Alien Parents, and it is a pretty decent, good little short book. It should be just a short story. If it was probably intended to be a Goosebumps short story before, of course, what happened with Goosebumps and the lawsuit and all that, where that obviously did not happen, and it got released as its own separate thing. This was probably the same scenario, except with this one, I did not like. And this is a horrible book. I gave it a 2 out of 5 on Goodreads. But in reality, I rounded up from a 1.5 to a 2 for Goodreads because you can't half-star like Letterboxd. This is a 1.5 out of 5. This is a pretty bad book in my opinion, except for some things that happen at the end, And just the overall idea of this book was kind of good. Actually, it was decent, But what is this book about? That's what you guys are here for, so I'm going to tell you. This book is about a kid named Joseph, and he is pretty lucky. So they call him Lucky throughout this book. Now, there's the number 13, which is considered an unlucky number by superstition in America. So, the funny, ironic thing is that he is lucky, even though pretty much everything about him has to do with 13. He has 13 siblings. His parents each had 13 siblings, I'm pretty sure. That's what it said. He was born on the 13th. Okay. He is turning 13 years old. Something else. There was a bunch of stuff. Hold up. There was a bunch of other things, but pretty much this kid's life revolves around the number 13. And so you would think he would be unlucky, but really he's lucky because just to make this more interesting, I don't know. But, of course, there was these old people, an old woman and a man, they come to his house just randomly. Him and his sister are home, which his sister is kind of aggravating him at times. But overall, I think he likes his sister at the end of the day. But anyway, so these old people come and say, pretty much like, you have too many 13s, and when you get to the 13, pretty much evil spirits will come after him when he turns 13, the day, because he's gonna have 13 things, but he doesn't think he has that many, because he doesn't at first, and then this is where the book sort of falls off. Like, it was alright, 3. It was about like a 3 out of 5 at that time. It falls, alright? And then it goes up just a little bit, so, I'm not gonna spoil the book. I'm gonna be nice. I know there's probably tons of other reviews of this book, but I'm just gonna do a little spoiler-free review from my review. This book is very repetitive. What the heck did I just say? This book is very repetitive. Things happen pretty much over and over again, and it gets tiring. It's not like the same thing over and over, but it's pretty much the same idea that happens in different scenarios. You know what's gonna happen by the end of this book, all this stuff, and it's just, it feels, I think I've read this somewhere, so I'm not gonna say I'm saying this, because I definitely read it from somewhere. Not read it, just read, you get what I'm saying. I read somewhere that it felt like a rough draft, and I very much agree with that statement. It feels like a rough draft that R.L. Stine was trying to write, and he was like, you know what, I'm gonna write it and then just go ahead and produce it and make some money. Because it definitely feels repetitive in the sense that gets old, and some people might like that. Alright, I'm not gonna be rude. I know some people will probably enjoy the repetitiveness of it. Sorry. And if you do, that's great, because I like repetitive. I'm saying this so much I can't say it much. Goodness gracious. Okay. Sometimes I like sometimes I like repetitiveness. Alright? That's the best I can say it, because if I say it too fast, I'll mess up. Sometimes I like repetitiveness. I like listening to the same music over and over, watching old YouTube videos over and over again. So obviously, I like the same thing over and over again, but this doesn't work, because I don't love this. I don't love just the same thing. It's like a decent, okay, 1 or 2 times, that's fine. It's not like something I love where it happens over and over again. I'm cool with. I don't love it. I think it's fine. So it gets old after like the 6th or 7th time. So, I will say the ending is pretty cool, and that's what definitely gets this book at least a 0.5. It would have been a 1 out of 5 if it was just something boring. I like the thing that happens. The thing that appears is pretty cool. I like that. I will have to say that was pretty cool. I'm not gonna spoil it, but just say it was pretty cool spirit, and I really liked it. But besides that, this book is just a boring, repetitive book. And if you like that type of thing, go ahead and read it, because you will probably enjoy it. But for me, I did not enjoy it. I think it's the worst R.L. Stine book I've read so far, which I haven't read like hundreds of them, but I've read like 20 or 30, good amount, and this is probably the worst one. I'm sorry, but I haven't really read like the ones that are considered bad, because I don't want to read the ones that are considered bad just yet. I've been reading the ones people say are good, and this was just a blind read that I read on my Kindle. So, yeah. Well, that's about it. It gets a 1.5 out of 5. Hope you're having a great day, and keep doing whatever you do.